What's up, gang? So this is gonna be, I don't know, my last video or not. He's having fun over there snapping his camera. So this is about my life. I'm gonna just say it. I'm in foster care. That's not a bad, like everybody think like, oh, that's a bad, it is a bad thing. I hate it. But everybody just think of the word and just think of, you know, Annie. Okay, they think about Annie. And it's not as bad, but it's not as good. Let me just explain it right now. 50% my fault, 50% my parents' fault. I'm in foster care. So, you closed it. So, I got into foster care off me and my parents. So, my mom do things she not supposed to do. Not gonna say too much, but she do things she not supposed to do and put in her body. So, that's just off the market. And my dad, don't make a sound. Shit. So no, it's not funny. It is funny, but so I was living with my grandmother. Open it, stop closing it. I was living with my grandmother, and anyways, I'm broke. I was living with my grandmother, and so after having Lorenzo, it was already a case open about my mom, but I had decided that I didn't want Lorenzo. So this was forever ago. Don't judge me. I love my son to death now. But I had decided that I didn't want him once upon a time. And so, my family didn't want me to give him away. And I was really upset about that. And so I took it upon myself to like put in adoption papers and get him sent out to the house, and like it was crazy, whole lot of. So then they wouldn't let me give him away. I was upset. I was over dramatic real, but you know, my whole thought, everything that was going through my head was, I'm 14. What can I do with a baby? I'm 14. Like, what can I do with a baby and I'm 14? What am I gonna do with myself? Like, and it was a lot going through my head. I wasn't just thinking about myself. Like, I wasn't just being selfless and like just thinking about myself. I was thinking about Lorenzo too. Like, am I gonna be the best for him? Like, am I gonna be the best mother for him? Like, can I do this? So, so then after that happened, my grandma won't let me get him up, blah, blah. So one night, I ran away. It wasn't really running because my sister knew about it, but it was running. So I ran away. My sister wouldn't let me take Lorenzo home, which I'm not gonna say wasn't like a good decision that she didn't let me take him, but you know, it kind of was good because you know, she don't know where I was going. I knew where I was going, but she didn't know where I was going, and like I didn't have a bed for Lorenzo hair, blah blah blah. Shout out to my ex, the house I was at. Anyways, so then my so I was gone from Lorenzo for like a week or two, and then it was like a week. Yeah, it was 2 weeks. So I was gone from him. So one day my auntie told me, like, just come with her for a week and to think about everything. So I'm like, okay. So I went with her, and so like we talked about everything, and a week later we went to go get Lorenzo. So we went to go get Lorenzo. I seen my sister and them, everything, blah blah blah. So I started living with my auntie, and when I was living with my auntie, she let me go. She let me go somewhere, and the first time I didn't take Lorenzo. She said it was fine, you know, get a break. I didn't take Lorenzo. The second time I went over my friend's house, it was a girl. I took Lorenzo the second time. So, I ended up getting asked to homecoming, and me and Lorenzo had an appointment 2 days prior to the homecoming. So I'm like, can I stay longer until the 20-something? I think I asked on the 14th because me and him had appointment the 16th and the 17th. I think it was like the 21st, something like that. So I'm like, can I stay longer? You know, going back and forth with doing too much. I'm already in Detroit. The homecoming in Detroit, and our appointments is in Detroit. So my auntie was like, you're not gonna tell me I'm doing too much. What's wrong? And I was like, I'm not telling you you doing too much. I'm just saying, like, the whole situation, we're going back and forth doing too much. I'm already in Detroit. I'm gonna have a ride to the NAM. And she was like, I'll drop your stuff off, did it NAM. And I'm like, okay. So my friend was just telling me not to tell her where I was at. Don't tell her where you at. Don't tell her where you at. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I don't know what's going on. And she's like, don't tell her. She gonna call the police, did it NAM. So, I'm gonna just like make up a name. So Maya just kept telling me not to tell her where I was at, and I'm like, what should I do? So eventually I ended up telling my auntie where I was at, and she brought my stuff, but she didn't bring Lorenzo's stuff. And I'm like, why didn't you bring my baby stuff? Like, he's staying with me. And so yeah, I was just like, why you didn't bring Lorenzo's stuff? And she asked, could she hold Lorenzo? And I'm like, yeah. No more? She asked, could she hold Lorenzo? And I'm like, yeah. And so I hear somebody on the phone, and they was like, drive off with the baby in the car. Hey, my baby. I'm not saying, oh, I was mad at my auntie or whoever else was in the car, because they're not the people who said it. But at the end of the day, just with that being said, I took my baby away. So I went back in the house. My friend brother like took my clothes in the house. A couple minutes later, the police showed up. No more? A couple minutes later, the police showed up, and he's not flashing that in his eyes, so don't like be worried. It's like on the side and he flashing it, so I hope you know he cleaning that up. He got crumbs on my bed now. So the police came a couple minutes later. Nobody answered the door because period, my friends ain't fake. Period, don't come to the door. So we turned the lights off. I was in the basement, not saying nothing. So they left. I ended up leaving from that location. So wait, hold on. What part? Okay, so I ended up leaving from that location. I live with my friend Maya, cousin, dad, girlfriend. That was a lot. Take it in. Think about it. Pause the video. Think about that, okay? My friend Maya, cousin, dad, girlfriend. Pause the video. Think about it. Okay. So I was living with her. CPS came out. My mom was there. Everything. We was on top of it. We like, no, because foster care, not for me. No, I'm not finna go in foster care. Already depressed. Already going through stuff. At this point of the time, I wanted Lorenzo. I was happy I kept Lorenzo. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't upset. I wasn't depressed about having him. That don't go inside of there. I wasn't depressed about having him. I was depressed about a whole lot of other stuff. Baby, that don't go inside of there. And so, hey, don't go inside of there. So, you're fine. So, look. So, my mom was there, and the CPS lady was like, okay, you know, I was fine for a minute. And I forgot what happened. I didn't do nothing bad or anything. I just think like she couldn't handle it. No, I think she just couldn't handle it. Like, you know, having a baby and a teenager there. So I ended up leaving and going back to my grandmother's house. So I went to my grandma's house. When I went to my grandma's house, it was next month, I think. I had ended up, it was for Thanksgiving. I ended up asking, you want some of these? You can have some because you ate. I ended up asking my mom, could I go over my boyfriend's house? My mom, she asked me I'm like, I'm going over his grandma's house for Thanksgiving, so I ended up going over his house, his grandmother's house. I was literally there. My grandma was gone, so I just I was gonna go with my mama, but I ended up going there. So my grandma was upset and told me I couldn't come back. She was mad I didn't let her know I was leaving or nothing like that. So I told my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, we still talk, but I told him, and he was like, you can stay here. And I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah. He not way older, so he did ask his mama. We talked to his mama about it. I stayed there for 8 months. I me and him got into an argument. I ended up going to move with his dad, because me and his dad was really close. And his sister and his brother lived there, so I was with, other kids or whatever. But I was going to school and all that. I was going to school. Lorenzo was going to all his appointments. I had a wig. I had everything. So he want everything on his shelf because it's his toys up there. So I was doing all of that. So I ended up going with his dad. I was going to school, all that. So one day I went over to my auntie's house so she could see Lorenzo. And my grandma wanted to see me and Lorenzo, so we went over there. This is the same auntie that dropped my clothes off, and the police ended up coming to the house. So we went over there. I had to go to school the next day because I came Sunday, and I had to go to school. Like I said, I was going to school, so I ended up going to school. And bam, CPS showed up at my school. They always catching black kids at the school. So no, so they called me at the school, and you better be happy I'm doing this video right now. I don't beat on my child. I'm just saying, because you would have been going in timeout. So, so I was going to school. CPS came. No, okay. So this is what happened. So he was supposed to come back to me Wednesday. So I called my aunt. I texted my auntie Wednesday. I'm like, you still bring him? Did it? She like, yeah, I gotta find some gas money. I'm like, okay, fine. You know, I needed a break anyways. So I wasn't really like, you know. So CPS came, and so when they came, they told me that they told my auntie to keep him. Still trying to figure out how CPS even knew my baby was there, but so they told me that my auntie said that Lorenzo was underweight or whatever happened, whatever the situation was. This is what they tell me. That Lorenzo was underweight and he wasn't eating enough. Such and such. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all see me. Y'all see me. Y'all see how little I am. Y'all see me on my post, how skinny I am, how little I am. My baby daddy, 6'2", 6'3". He's skinny. He's as skinny as Lorenzo, but longer and taller. So it's not necessarily that my baby wasn't eating enough. He just got his parents' genes. He caught our genes. Like, he's skinny. Like, my baby eats so much and he's skinny and tall. Like, so so I'm like, okay, that was weird that y'all told, you know, my auntie to keep my baby without me even knowing nothing about it. So, which was kind of bold because I didn't like, they came Friday. I contacted my auntie Wednesday and she talked about, she needed gas and all that. So like I said, it was fine. So, prior to that, they came out. My ex dad was going to adopt me. So he's going to adopt me. He didn't have no bad background. Lorenzo had a crib there. I had a bed, food, counter full of, you know, cans. That's all they care about. CPS only care about a cabinet full of cans, for real. Honestly, I'm not gonna cap to you. Check the water, hot as it could be. They're like, okay, did that. The problem was I couldn't be there because it was my boyfriend dad, my ex-boyfriend dad. It was stupid. I feel like he could have adopted me. But that was the situation. They let me stay there the whole time. I didn't have Lorenzo the whole time until they found me a place to go. But they didn't take me from that place because it was suitable for me. They had his name, his kid's name, background checked everybody, so it was fine for me to be there until they found me a place. So they found me a place, and it was a residential. I can't say the name of it. It was a residential, and I was in Detroit, and I went all the way to Lansing. And so I went all the way to Lansing, and let me tell y'all, I'm not gonna say, oh, it was the worst experience for me, because this is my first time being in care, being away from my family, being an hour and a half away from my family, not having my phone, not having TV, not having a computer, like all that. Like, we only got TV at nighttime, for real. So like, my whole thing changed. My life changed like this. I was there for 10 months. My first time being in care, like I said. So everything had changed. It was not, my mental health got so bad being there. I got so depressed. Like, I got so depressed. Like, I was already depressed about multiple things, like 5 things, like literally, like 5 things. I was depressed about, like 5 things. Never really got over it. Never really talked about it. So that just added on. So from depressed about 5 things to this, still being a mother, doing school, I was just really overwhelmed, not having my family help as I usually do. And like I said, I'm not trying to bash my family. My family didn't do no wrong. My sister, she did good by, you know, keeping Lorenzo there because she didn't know where I was going. You know, my grandma was just upset at the time. You know, she did what she did, but she let me come, you know, she let me come right back. Like I said, it was no problem with me coming back. The whole situation with me not coming back right now, none of y'all business. Mind y'all motherfucking business. It's like, no, but I don't really want to talk about that. But I just got off track. So that place really wasn't it for me. Like, I fought a lot. It was like 8 girls there when I first got there. When I left, it was 4. But I was really depressed. I was sad. Like, they had to check on us every 3-5 minutes in our rooms, even if we sleep. Like, he didn't mean to drop that, so I can't be mad. So, like, it was horrible. Like, in jail. Like, I really felt like I was in jail. Like, it was 1,001 rules. Like, it was just crazy. I could only have my phone for 20 minutes a day. Like, yeah, I could only have my phone for 20 minutes a day. And, like, I could, once I leveled up, I could get my phone, like, 40 minutes a day. But I had to be outside with my phone. Like, even in the winter, we couldn't sit in the house with our phone. We couldn't sit in the lobby or nothing. We had to walk outside in order to have our phones. And my phone wasn't always on. So, yeah, like I said, I got into a lot of fights. I had a lot of mental breakdowns there. I went to a community mental health center. They really call it CMH, Crazy Mental Hospital, for real. So, I really was going like crazy, for real. I wasn't going like that crazy. They was over dramatic about everything I did. Like, in my eyes, they was racist because it was a lot of things other girls did. It didn't matter, for real. And then I would do, and they would act like I killed somebody, literally. Like, I wouldn't come out my room. I was upset. I wouldn't come out my room, and they sent me to CMH. Like, it's so many things they have did to me. Like, not no, like, beating shit, but these hard. But mentally breaking me down, shit. Look, mentally breaking me down. I bit it and broke it off. But mentally broke me down to the point, like, I don't feel happy in life. Like, I'm not happy in life at all. Like, this is my happiness and my family. Other than that, I'm not happy in life at all. But so, I went from there. I got a 30-day. A 30-day is when you do something so bad that you gotta get out that placement within 30 days. So they gotta find you somewhere else to go. With me being a teen mom, it was really hard to find like a place for me and Lorenzo. Honestly, there's not a lot of like places out here that take moms and babes, foster homes or residentials. So we got lucky with this one, this foster home. I'm getting my phone taken because I don't watch Lorenzo right with my phone. I'm always on my phone. False. I'm not gonna say false. I'm not always on my phone, but false. I watch my baby. My baby eat. My baby different clothes every day. My baby get baths. My baby get attention. It's just stuff that they don't like him doing that I don't care about. So it's a problem. And he taking my phone. I don't know how long I'm not gonna have my phone, but that's why I said I don't know if it's gonna be my last video for a minute or not. But yes, now I'm in a foster home. It's like a foster home is just not like the movies or like, you know, the TV shows. I'm in a house with a family. Like, it's not like a building. Like, it's not Annie. It's not Annie, guys. It's not Annie, okay? But honestly, all I can say is like, I would rather be with family, and that's what like my family is working towards right now. It's me being with my sister, you know, and they getting their stuff together so I can be in a better mental space and be a better mother. But overall, that's really it, y'all. Like, of how I got into foster care. I mean, if my family watched this, they'd be like, oh no, it was more. He flashed that right in his face. They'd be like, no, it was more than, maybe I missed some out. But overall, it's really 50% my fault and my parents' fault, because I didn't have no stable home. And when it comes to my parents, and my mama still had custody of me, so I'm with my grandma and my mama got custody of me. Like, they never really said nothing because nothing really ever happened, but I had Lorenzo, and that's, you know, that was a big thing for them. Like, this girl 13 and she pregnant? What's going on in this house? Like, and nothing was going on in the house. It's not like, oh, it was just what I was going through that made me have sex. What I was going through to, like, you know, bring a lot of stress and stuff. But you know, a lot of people tell me this is not gonna be forever. You know, this is just a moment. You know, I'm not gonna always be in foster care. I know this, but at this moment, it hurts so much. And y'all would never look at me and be like, oh yeah, she's in foster care. Like, I try to keep myself up. I try to keep myself happy, you know. And it's just a lot. It's a lot with my life. And like I said, not putting the blame on everybody. 50% my fault, 50% my family fault. Well, my parents' fault for real. Like, with me having I chose to have sex. I chose to, you know, run away. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't really run away because people knew I was leaving. But, you know, I chose to do all those things. But also, like, I didn't have parents there for real. Like, I had family, but it hit differently when you got your parents there. Like, everybody don't like to listen to family members for real. That don't go right there. That go on this. Everybody don't like to listen to their family member for real. Like, you know that. You're not my mom, you're not my dad. I mean, I should have listened because I didn't have a mom or dad there. But I chose not to. And, you know, now I'm in the position I am in right now because of myself and because of my parents. But it's really not it. Like, always having to listen to people. Always having to listen to people. I can't go nowhere but my grandma's house. That's all DHS approved, which is CPS, like a department. That's all they approve is my grandma's house. So if my friends, to all my friends, when y'all say link, that's why I can't link, okay? Like, because I can't go nowhere. I can't go nowhere. Because I'm a ward of a state. The state owns me and my baby, okay? Like, I'm theirs, okay? I can't do nothing without their approval. And they're not going to approve me coming to hang out with y'all, okay? Because they don't know who y'all are. Unless y'all family want to get a background check. But other than that, no. So that's why I be so MIA. That's why I lost so many friendships. He fine. He's trying to sit here and still eat while he choking. But that's how I, you know, I lost so many friends. I mean, they wasn't my friends if I was able to lose them. But because I couldn't talk a lot. Like, I got a 20-minute phone call every night at my placement that I was at. So, but yeah, I'm getting my phone taken. I'm getting my phone taken because they don't like the way I parent Lorenzo. So that's a great way to get your phone taken, you know, because people think you should be, you know, a different parent. You can't make somebody change the way they parent their kid. But, are you okay? I think he's okay. Are you okay? He's okay. But this is a long video. Nah, he just playing. He's literally faking. But just, yeah, that's my life. But I'm done telling y'all like, subscribe, and share, and do all them good things, because y'all actually don't do it. But shout out to the people that actually do it. I really love y'all.